Hey folks, it's time for yet another custom lesson. This one has been requested by Ip Man. A nice name, by the way. Guardian spirits will be Blue Dragon and Mizuchi. Soul cores must include Ryomen, Sukuna, and Yatsu-no-Kami. And the weapons will be Hatchets and Axe. Oh, this is going to be fun. The boss later will be Giant Toad. So let's just show you what I'm working with. Here's my Demon Horde Axe. I just like the anima bonus on grapple for the purposes of these custom lessons. The starred break is actually pretty awesome, not gonna lie, but I wasn't actually fishing for that. I put on Life Drain melee attack because it takes the place of Life Drain active skill. Demon Horde Hatchets pretty much has everything I want on it because of the anima bonus on grapple, corruption, Life Drain active skill, and then just other things that can facilitate the way that I like to play. So yeah, pretty handy. But let's get to the soul cores and whatnot, what I worked with this on the setup. So if I'm using Blue Dragon, then I'm going to want to take advantage of all the shock that's possible. For that reason, I put on Nioh. Now, maybe you might prefer Lightning God Yomi, and that's totally fine, but I really wanted to highlight Nioh's power, especially against bigger targets like Giant Toad. Yomi's still good, but I think Nioh just kind of gets swept under the rug. So I wanted to try this instead. And there's a lot of synergy in that lightning damage gets boosted and the shock accumulation goes up too, which really does help. So your ability to shock a target and do a good chunk of damage before and after is very helpful. Not to mention reducing the damage taken from projectiles and elemental damage taken while guarding, which of course is going to help quite a bit against enemies like Giant Toad who use lots of ninjutsu, which features elements behind it as well. So I would recommend getting this up to rank 30 for the shock accumulation. I lucked out and got an anima bonus on an electrified enemy, which works brilliantly well, but it's not strictly necessary. So next I have Dweller, which I'll talk about in a moment. Dweller, you don't need to rank up, by the way. All I care about is yokai ability Key Pulse. Next, I actually had Ryomen Sukuna. Definitely get this one up. Amongst these three, get this one up to 30. These anima bonuses are absolutely a premium. Now, given the fact that I have an 8-cost core, I wanted something overall pretty inexpensive. That's pretty quick. And Dweller works really well. So Nioh is good for bigger targets. Ryomen's a great confusion damage dealer, and Dweller is not elemental based pressure. It's just, and you can combo alongside with it, which helps out a lot. So that's why I went with Dweller. Now when it comes to Mizuchi, which is the secondary spirit, things are a little different here. So I have overall very expensive cores with an 8 cost with Nioh, 8 cost with Ryomen, and then I go with Yatsu-no-Kami once again. So Yatsu-no-Kami is very great to work in with combos, especially when targets are like against a wall or trapped in a corner. Then you can just murder them. And if you're comfortable with Triax, then it can be extra devastating to weave an extra just crazy damage dealer as things are happening. Now, next, because we're on Mizuchi, I wanted to take advantage of saturation. So for that reason, I thought of a quick water cancel core that also facilitates kind of a tanky sort of vibe, and Bakegani works well. So Bakegani is highly underappreciated. It is very effective at 4 anima. Feel free to boost this one up as well. Take less damage, period. What's not to love about that? But yeah, being able to saturate an enemy really quickly, do a good bunch of damage, can only help that much more. So yeah, we kind of have like a mid-range sort of soul core, which is great. We have big power plays. And last but not least, I use Fuki once again for a big chunk of key damage. So Fuki can do a lot of key damage. Yatsu-no-Kami can shred opponents. Bakegani is a good source of damage. And then Blue Dragon stuff, we got a lot of power plays. Though stagger properties that you may normally attribute to other sorts of setups, I don't necessarily use because I'm going to murder my enemies with my weapons. So let's just show what all this can be like in action, beginning with Yokai Shift. Yokai Shift is ultimately pretty crazy. And I'll just start from the very beginning. Let's go. So Blue Dragon is going to be quite defensive, but it can be very effective. Let's go. So when it comes to Blue Dragon, you can apply your lightning, but yeah, it's pretty nuts because you can get tri-elemental confusion right away. So honestly, I would probably just use Blue Dragon at the after you use it at the beginning, Just don't even hesitate to use Blue Dragon. And as you can see, magic can happen, and it's insane. Now, when it comes to Nioh, many players do have difficulty using it, and I don't blame them. It doesn't work that well on small targets, but it works pretty well against big ones. So that may be like the odd core in the ensemble. Now what about Brute though? Brute's certainly pretty interesting. Brute's probably going to be a lot easier to work with, in my opinion. So you got Mizuchi, you can get a shot in. It can be pretty devastating. Nioh is going to be difficult to use, but I don't think the Brute form will be that difficult. Because you got all sorts of fancy stuff. Pretty nuts. But what about with your weapons? Because that's going to be probably the thing you're going to focus on the most. Now, Nioh is going to be very difficult against small targets, like I keep saying. So you got to make sure you plan your use around it. As you can see, it whiffed, which feels extra bad. Like, that's awful. Especially since he dodged it, right? But what will work better? This will. Pretty nice. So yeah, don't necessarily like rely on Nioh for hitting smaller targets. Use it on bigger ones. It works pretty good there. Alright, let's try some other things. Dweller is great with the axe. Don't underestimate it. Very nice. Alright, let's show some other things. I don't think I'll be able to showcase Nioh's strengths in the dojo too well. Since most of the targets, I mean even the Yoki, which is the biggest, is kind of tiny. But I know in the showcase, it looks pretty good. Oh, I was trying to get a good old spinning slide in time. Well, if he had survived, he would have gotten a lumber chop to the face. Alright, let's do some more things. Come on, what you got? Let's do some axe funsies. You coming? Yes, you are. I should have been a little closer. There you go. Not too bad. Not too bad. I should have been a little closer for Ryomen. Like this! Dang man, Dweller came in clutch there. Alright, let's do some axe things. That felt dirty, didn't it? Ryomen Sukuna into lumber chop. Alright, what else we got? Alright, come here. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Very nice. Alright, let's try a few more things. Just a few more. Alright, let's see. What idea do I have? Nope, nope. What? Stop. Nope, that didn't work. Oh, stone mallet. Hey, how's it going, dude? No. Let's try it again. Nailed it. Okay, I got an idea. I need to test it out. I don't know if this will work, but I'm going to test it out. Let's see if I can make this work. See if I can do it, and then I'll tell you how I did it, if it works. No. That kind of works. So I guess Stone Mallet into Fuki can work. That works, I guess, reasonably. Alright, you're dead. But yeah, what I was trying to do is knock the target back in such a way so that Fuki could headshot, but it didn't seem to work. I'll try it one more time. I mean, it does knock him down, but it wasn't as effective as I was hoping. Come on, hit him towards me. Yes! There you go. Look at that setup potential with Yatsu-no-Kami. So beautiful. But yeah, I would say amongst all the Soul Cores, Nioh is arguably going to be the trickiest to work with. Come here. You know what? Whatever. Get out of here, dude. Thank you, Dweller, for doing Dweller things. Alright, but yeah. I think the gameplay showcase will make a better demonstration of all this stuff. So I will see you guys soon enough. Alrighty, let's put this in action. So, of course, I'm going to be playing Hanzo against Giant Toad because thematic reasons. First enemy is Yasha. Yasha is kind of annoying in that corruption doesn't work. My advice is if you're going to use an element on her, just don't use corruption. Water actually works better than corruption against her. She's just highly resistant. So I have to rely upon the properties of my Soul Cores. But look at this, Ryomen Sukuna actually worked really well. There's more water application against a water enemy than there is corruption. And then here is a decent use of Nioh. Again, Nioh is very difficult to use in general because of that like hitbox type thing. It kind of has almost similar concerns as you might have with Otakemaru, but at least Otakemaru hits a lot, whereas Nioh is just like this one big lightning thing. It's a little tricky to take advantage of, but when it works, it can work really well. And you'll see that especially on Giant Toad when I get to him. But for now, we're worrying about Ubame, and look at that. I used Dragonfly to keep her in place, and that actually threw me off because the burst countered, or sorry, her burst attack didn't actually come towards me, and I was countering in preparation of that. Alright. Oh, dang! I thought my Sacred Birthlight would have worked there. Alright, there's the burst counter. Alright, let's go Axe. I know she's going to zoom off, so Sacred Birthlight, Dweller, setting up Rumbling Earth. All of it whipped entirely because Ubame is so agile. She just loves to dodge around, which is very frustrating. But, you know, it fits for the enemy. And it's just taken me a little getting used to working with all these factors together. There's a decent use of Nioh. You know, slowing her down, which really helps. It's so frustrating dealing with Ubame. I don't think anyone really enjoys fighting her, but oh well. It's you know, it's just part of this girl. Can't really help it. Alright, Bakegani. Ooh, very nice. Look at all the damage Bakegani did. And it was 4 anima, bear that in mind. Alright, Rampage doing some good work. Rumbling Earth, I'm going for it anyway. And then I just need to kill off this little skeleton just so that I can completely focus on Yasha. It's kind of the name of the game. Oh, very nice. I got lucky there. Thank God, Phantom counter. Alright, now it's just Yasha, so I can kind of, I guess, somewhat relax. I find that dealing with multiple enemies at the same time can be particularly worrisome, but oh well. Yatsu-no-Kami, do Yatsu-no-Kami things. Thank you. Alright, now we're at the Giant Toad, and I'm serious, he's going to get absolutely exploded. Like, straight up. Yokai Shift, the Soul Cores, everything with this package is just monstrous. I know right now it's like, whoa, you're not really destroying him, but it's gonna happen. I actually was a little dismayed that I couldn't really involve weapon play. But yeah, you're gonna see it soon enough. I'm sure you can see the runtime, so he's gonna have to die pretty quickly. I mean, already pretty low key, it's a purple enemy. There's the Jutsu that many players don't like. And I'm just waiting for that opportunity to get him low on key, and as you can see, I'm getting closer and closer to that moment. Alright, he's going to do some attacks. I'm waiting for the super spin attack. Yep, there we go. Alright, let's go. Alright, perfect time. Counter him. Excellent. Alright, Yatsu-no-Kami. There we go. Look at that. Now he's about to become completely helpless. So we're using Yokai Shift, and yeah, he's... you just watch. There you go. Mizuchi, Brute Attack, Yatsu-no-Kami, Bakegani. Not bad at all. Look, Fang Break against those bombs. Thank you. Alright, not too shabby. Honestly, that's over half his health is gone. And I know Yokai Shift didn't do everything, but hey, look, Nioh did some work there. Very helpful to inflict a good amount of damage. Good amount of lightning. Lumber chop. Oh man, took out a good portion of his health there. And then let's see what else I can weave in. I make sure to take advantage of other things like Ryomen. Oh, confusion once again. Getting that key very low. Alright, we've got this. What am I going to use? Am I going to use Yatsu-no-Kami? No, I used Fuki. Look at all that damage that I dealt. Alright, let's go. And then, alright, get a grapple. And then look at that. Dead. He's dead. It's over. So yeah, he got ruined pretty handily. But yeah, hopefully that was interesting. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope this was fun. And I will, of course, see you guys next time.